Hey guys, it's X241 here, and welcome back to Gridlock. I think this is episode 3, and yes, it has been quite a while since I last got around to doing any sort of commentary for this channel, so forgive me, please. I've been fairly busy just working on a couple of projects here and there, and overall just kind of stepping up a little of my game, if you want to call it. So here for this video, I was playing with Crazy Fresh on White Pass. No, Cold War. I always seem to mix up the two, but yeah, we managed to have a fairly good game for this one. Got a few good clips here and there in this video. I'm not sure how I managed to get that kill. I think I threw out a motion line beforehand and I saw that he was next door, so I was just like, C4 away. And naturally, whenever I do that, I sometimes end up killing myself somehow, so yes, it is kind of a risky strategy depending on how far away you are located from the C4, so know what you're doing. Right there, or right just then, Crazy just got a C4 kill off the tank. Bradley. I normally always call those tanks. It's just easier to, when you say tank, you think of anything that's sort of big and, takes a lot of hits and damage. You have to have a specific type of weapon in order to destroy it in general. But yes. So for this video, this Gridlock series, I wanted to focus a little bit on my strategy for this map, this gameplay. Naturally, I would more or less like to go the route of just randomly talking about stuff, but I'm not sure how long that'll last. And seeing how this video is about 17 minutes long, I guess I should probably stay on topic, or it would be easier for me to stay on topic, so I have something to actually relate to and not get lost at, I guess. So, one of my tactics for this video, which didn't really work out for me very well right here, was to stay on the outer edges of the map, if you can. Naturally, I don't really like to respawn on my teammates. Sometimes I will, like in this case, if they're in a good position, but a lot of times I don't really like respawning into a situation where I don't know what's going on or what's entirely all around me. So I'll just spawn and make my way back either towards my teammates or just I'll just run around the map and try to get a sizable amount of area or space for myself, so I can, do my own thing, get my own kills, any of that kind of stuff. So, and a lot of times this consists of just staying on the outer rim or edge of this map, like what I'm doing right now. And normally I'll just kind of do a sort of, I wish I could draw this out. I might come back in here and just sort of mark up where my routes I like to take, but normally it's just like along these sort of outer edge houses and whatnot. Every now and then I'll go into a house, scout it up, see if anyone is in one of the houses across from where I am right now, and yes, then I'll move on if I'm not getting too much from that area. One of my other tactics, which right here was not a very wise one at all. I will admit I got a little cocky, which, yeah, it happens. I'm not sure if he was teabagging me here. It looked like it for a second, where I was just like, that bastard. I'm going to get you later on in this video, I think. I hope I do anyway. But, yes. Here we have an instance where that was actually a good spawn on my teammate, or Crazy Fresh. Unfortunately, just got taken out, but I think he spawns on me right now or so. So, yes. Now, one of my other tactics that I like to use on this map is to, well, I guess I can start out by saying when I'm running with the recon class, I normally do not like to throw motion mines in the same building that I'm in. Why? Because it sort of gives the anyone who happens to be running by your building that you're in the sort of idea that there's a player nearby, So it kind of draws attention towards you rather than giving you a chance to see where anyone is around. So it's just like, it's a little bit of counterproductive in some cases. So normally I'll throw it either ahead of me or behind me, and in this case it'd either be I'd throw it up the hill or down the hill in this case, which I know it's kind of a bad explanation for this video. But I think when you're in the game, you'll know what I'm talking about, hopefully. Another tactic that I normally like to stay away from is the Bradley in this video. Now, naturally, some people like to hop in the tank. That's cool. You know, I feel like if you have one person on your team, if you have a team of 4, and you have one person who's sort of scouting out and guarding the tank, and as soon as it spawns, they take advantage of the tank, or take advantage of the opportunity by grabbing the tank and then just kind of patrolling up and down the mountain. Yeah, you might be able to get a few kills here and there. Plus, it also just makes the other teams just sort of scatter. So, if you're gonna do it, naturally I wouldn't do it because it's kind of risky, but at the same time, I feel like you don't really get as much kills or as much of an opportunity to rack up as many kills as you possibly can, seeing how this is a map that consists of a lot of houses and stuff like that. If you're gonna do it, I would just focus on doing as much damage as you possibly can to the houses around you. Make it so that this entire map has no standing houses, you know, naturally. And whenever I run with a mortar strike kit, that's what I tend to do, you know, because for the most part it seems like it's a waste of time to sort of look for anyone and then put a mortar strike on that map or in a specific area where they are. In more instances, you'll just end up randomly putting out mortar strikes, I guess. And here I managed to get a collateral, which is very rare for me anyway, or especially very rare in Battlefield, I would say. Mainly because maps are much more wide open and there's lots of different routes to go and stuff like that. But I guess when you're in a house, it's not that easy. My best strategy here would be don't bunch up. Do not group up, you know. But I guess that's what kind of happens when you spawn on your teammates, which is another good example why I don't like spawning on my teammates. Especially if I don't know what's going on in that area. So, yep, I got 2 collaterals and 1, like what, 5 or 6 rounds? I don't know. Which is pretty impressive for me, I guess. So what else are we doing? I didn't realize that, yeah, we were at 18 kills, I guess. So, I'm trying to think of what else I can really say towards when it comes to a strategy on this map. I feel like probably the best class you can use on this map would be either an engineer or assault. Now, if you're going to be running with the engineer class, you definitely need to be using one of the rocket launchers, one of the first 2 rocket launchers. I'm not entirely sure which one. Here I got a nice quick scope. No, that wasn't a quick scope, a no scope almost. But yeah, me and Crazy took care of those guys. I think there was 3 guys who came up the stairs. I got one of them while he managed to pick off both the other 2. I'm not sure how they didn't notice or see us where we are, but yes, very, very nice gameplay on Crazy's part. Which, yeah, it reminds me of another video, which I was about to get into, but I probably shouldn't. I'll save it for another time, another Gridlocked video. But yeah, so what was I saying? The best classes on this map. Engineer class, I'd recommend using one of the first 2 rocket launchers. I can't remember what they are right now. I know it's like the Gustav and I'm not sure if it's called RPG or something. But definitely the first 2 are good choices on this map. 3rd one doesn't really offer you that much damage, I guess, unless I'm not sure if the explosive extra damage actually helps you get more, I don't know, more of a kill with what am I trying to say? I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if it allows you to get, you know, more one-hit kills with that. So naturally, I just like to run with the first two. Gun-wise, I don't know. I kind of like using the Scar. What was the other gun? It's like the X and B version for the engineer class. One of those two is really good. I actually got around to using the Uzi for the first time not very long ago, and that gun's not that bad. And I'll probably have a couple of videos showing off a little bit of what it's capable of, if you haven't already seen what it is capable of, which I'm pretty sure you probably have. But I think I might do it for a new video series or something in the future or something. When it comes to the assault class, pretty much any gun that you have for that class is good, as long as it's capable of giving you as long as you have the what's it called 40mm grenade attachment. So if you have that, you should be good. Here was a bit of an instance of situation or lack of situational awareness on this part. Sorry, guy, but yes, definitely use that on this map to take down stuff. Or if you don't use the 40mm grenade attachment, I would probably run with the C4. I'm not sure about the G3 anymore though, but that may have just been because I was really sucky in one of my previous games when I was using it. Because naturally, G4 is a beastly weapon, but I feel it was either A, I was doing really bad last night when I was playing with it, or B, they might have slightly nerfed the damage that the gun puts out, which is kind of interesting because G3 used to be one of the best guns that you could get your hands on. And once you got it, it's just like you automatically need to switch over to it, especially when you're running with the engineer class and you're not using Magnum ammunition. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I remember on my other account that I was playing on, I think I was playing with the either recon class or something. I don't know, but at this point I feel like I'm rambling, so I should definitely move on. So here was a bad instance where we just got caught up in the house or in a unusual position. I probably should have been guarding that window where that guy was next to, where he got stuck behind the wall, I guess. But yep, I got a little bit of a distraction. So here, yep, I'm coming up the right side of the map, the edge of the map, I should say. And yeah, normally, like I said, I like going this route because this is less conflict for the most part if you are observant, I should say. So yeah, as long as you're not running out in the middle like some idiot who's wanting to get spotted or just overall killed by someone, then yeah, you should be good. Actually, what I've seen a lot of people do, and I guess this would be another tip, is to stay off the top of the mountain. You know that part of the map where you can climb up the hill, where that over where that tower is. You can climb up the hill and you can sort of camp up there. You can see like the entire map from that ridge. Yeah, don't do that, especially if you're playing on normal mode, where they can actually see you when you die, when you kill someone. And don't go up there if you're using an automatic firing weapon, like some kind of any sort of assault gun, engineer gun. If it's not a rifle, if it's not a one-shot rifle that you can take shots periodically without giving off your position, then yeah. But for the most part, yeah, I don't recommend it. And yeah, here's what I would probably do if I were in the tank. I'd probably be going up and down the hill, like naturally. So what else? I think that's really all the tips I have for this video. I know we're kind of we got a couple minutes left, so I might just go ahead and close it out. I will say that this was a fairly close game. I think I managed to get this guy here. A little bit of well-placed C4 and a little bit of lack of situational awareness, as I like to call it. But I think I get taken out right about somewhere right about now. I don't know. But yeah, at this point, there's this little area where I just died where you can actually, to the right of where I was, you can climb up the hill. That's where you don't really want to spend too much time up there. So yeah, I recommend not doing that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this Gridlock. I think that's all I really have. I cannot tell you the number of times or the amount of times it has taken me to successfully, maybe not even successfully, but or amount of times I've overall attempted to try to commentate on this video. It's just been super frustrating. I don't know why or what was up with me earlier, but yeah, I think this is my last and final successful take at commentating for this. So I hope it was enjoyable to listen to, wasn't too boring for you guys, I guess. But yeah, I guess stay tuned for some of my upcoming videos. Here we just barely lost. We had it towards the end, but we slipped, I guess, and then they started racking up like a kill every couple of seconds, it seemed like, until they got the last kill and we lost the game by maybe 9, I'm not sure. But yep, it was close. Definitely a fun game. Definitely have to do this again. I feel like some of the more fun or better games I have are with people where it's just me and one other person, and it's sort of a test to see how well we can do against teams of 3 and 4 and whatnot. But yep, as I said, yep, that's about it for this commentary. I managed to go 27 and 10, which is I think fairly high for me. But yeah, overall good gameplay on both of our parts, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And yeah, that's about it. So I will see you on another commentary. Later, guys.